We are in the age of information overload. I always tell us. TikTok is speaking, Instagram is speaking, X is speaking, the movies are speaking, and people do not know that the arts shift consciousness. I think this is one of the most important tools the enemy has used to shift the consciousnesses of men. And whether you believe it or not, we are inclined to not only tolerate, but in some instances, even emphasize and embrace things that, if you look in the past, these were things that were not easily communicable in our societies, because the arts are shifting our consciousness. For example, if you look at, those of you who have studied statecraft, how nations are built, it's been a very interesting study for me to understand the ideology of how nations are built, and I can engage you on a very long conversation there. I know so much. But I know that one of the most potent tools that was used to build ideals, attitudes, cultures, agendas, propagandas was the printing press. When the printing press was invented, so much changed. Because remember, people are moved by what they see. People are moved by what they read. Whatever your eyes are exposed to, you can align in character and purpose. So that's why it's important. Very important what your eyes see. Very important what your ears hear. And I have a sermon on that, even when I will seek to delve deeper in how to connect to graces. That there are graces you can only attract from people by observing. If your eyes are able to see things and your spirit goes to those places, it is easy for you to duplicate or replicate what you see operating in these anointings. The power of vision cannot be underestimated. The scriptures are very clear. I'll give you an example on wine, okay? Some of us look at these television adverts. Heineken, the official sponsor of UEFA Champions League, and they slide the bottle. Bottle of Heineken in a glass, and then probably they're pouring it out, and it's swirling in the glass, and you're like, Or the advertisements of wine. Why do they advertise wine by pouring it in and showing a person sipping it, a seductive woman sitting cross-legged, drinking some wine, and then they give it a name, because the devil knows the power of impressing vision on an individual. The Bible says in Proverbs 23 verse 31, "Look not thou upon the wine when it is red, when it giveth his color in the cup, when it moveth itself aright, at last it biteth like a serpent and stingeth like a adder." So Satan knows that to get you drinking, he will make your eyes see what they shouldn't see. And it has enough power to invite you in those spaces. Okay? So, but then in that understanding, then think for a moment what our children are watching, or what we watched when we were growing up. We watched sitcoms when we were growing up. We saw children speaking disrespectfully to adults. We watched Hollywood movies. We watched soap operas from Mexico and all these other things that have gone on the internet, which are now entirely moved on propaganda and agenda. Today, you don't watch a movie and somebody's funding it with an agenda or propaganda. They seek to place or plant a subliminal message in the hearts or in the minds of our people, hence shifting their consciousnesses. And for those of us who are enlightened enough, you look at the movie and they are not entertaining you. There's a point they want to make. There's something they want to bring to the eyes of the watchers, or to the ears of the listeners. And people are changing because of these things. And one of the principles Satan knows is core in building family. The family life is a principle of honor. Young people are no longer honorable anymore. People don't honor others anymore. And then society is breaking from its core